Good day, St. Martin. I'm Juliana Lazaro.
And I'm Alston Lawrence.
And welcome to another edition of St. Martin News Desk, where we bring you the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond.
Let's jump into our top headlines. St. Martin's recent snap election has reshaped the political landscape. The Unified Resilient St. Martin Movement, URSM, and the Democratic Party, DP, have both gained ground, each increasing their seats to 3 in the 15-member House of Parliament. The URSM, led by Prime Minister Dr. Luc Mercelina, emerged as a major force, coming just 34 votes shy of the top position held by the National Alliance, NA, which retained its status as the largest party despite losing significant support. The United People's Party suffered a notable decline, dropping from 3 to 2 seats, while the Swaliga Action Movement, SAM, a newcomer led by Franklin Myers, secured 1 seat in its debut election, edging out the Nation Opportunity Wealth Party by just 4 votes. Other parties, including the Party for Progress, PFP, maintained their positions, with the PFP securing 2 seats for the 3rd consecutive time. Notably, the election saw Dr. Luc Mercelina of the URSM receiving a record-breaking 1,315 votes, personal votes, making him one of the only 4 candidates in St. Martin's history to cross the 4-figure threshold in a parliament election. Voter turnout for the election was approximately 60.8%, with 13,885 ballots cast out of 22,750 eligible voters. This reflects a slight decrease from the 65% turnout seen in January's election. As the formation of the new government begins, Prime Minister Mercelina expressed deep gratitude to the people of St. Martin for their trust. He emphasized URSM's commitment to building a resilient and unified nation, pledging transparency, accountability, and inclusivity in governance. The Honorable Mercelina promised that every decision would prioritize the well-being of St. Martin's citizens as the country moves forward together.
This means that the seats will be allocated preliminarily as follows. The SAM will have 1 seat, the National Alliance 3 seats, the Democratic Party 3 seats, the NOW 1 seat, the UP 2 seats, the PFP 2 seats, and the URSM 3 seats.
Telem Group is on track to restore full service of its SMPR-1 undersea cable by September, promising a significant benefit for St. Martin's telecommunications landscape. The cable, which connects St. Martin to Puerto Rico and Miami, has recently undergone repairs and is currently undergoing extensive testing. Once operational, it will restore a vital link that has been out of service for nearly 8 years. The restoration of SMPR-1 cable is expected to bring immediate cost savings for Telem, which has been relying on leased capacity from another carrier. This shift will allow Telem to offer more competitive internet packages and provide increased capacity to other carriers in St. Martin and Curaçao. Residential and business customers can look forward to faster internet speeds, reducing buffering, and overall improved online experience, particularly for gamers and streamers. The Telem Group CEO, Mr. Dupersoy, highlighted that the repair cable will be a cornerstone in the company's evolution into an integrated digital service provider. This transformation will enable the company to expand its offerings, including smart home applications, cloud services, and online marketing. The enhanced bandwidth will support new opportunities for local app development, entrepreneurship, and global collaborations. Although a cost analysis is still pending, the return of SMPR-1 cable is poised to open up a new possibility for St. Martin, benefiting both company and general population with increased digital capacity.
Princess Juliana International Airport has reported a significant recovery in passenger movements during the first half of 2024, marking a promising rebound for St. Martin's primary gateway. The airport recorded 945,205 passenger movements from January to June 2024, a strong indicator that the airport is on track to surpass its pre-COVID benchmarks. Notably, the last 2 months have even outperformed 2016, the previous high water mark year, which saw 1.85 million passenger movements. With the winter peak season approaching, daily passenger numbers are expected to rise between 8,000 and 9,500. While official projections are pending, preliminary data suggests that Princess Juliana could see a total of around 1.7 million passenger movements for the year, exceeding the earlier projection of 1.55 million. Princess Juliana International Airport CEO Brian Mingo hailed the achievement but urged caution, acknowledging the travel industry's volatility. He emphasized the importance of maintaining this momentum while continuing to deliver exceptional service to airlines, passengers, and the local community. Looking ahead, the airport is preparing to open its new arrival hall in the fourth quarter of 2024, following the successful launch of the check-in area and departure hall earlier this year. The fully operational terminal building will be ready just in time for the holiday season, ensuring a smoother and more welcoming experience for travelers.
You'll see a new airport, you'll see a state-of-the-art airport, and I think St. Maarten will set the bar. Once that princess is back in her full glory.
Get her crown back on?
She'll be in the best shape of her life. Right. And of course, it is our job to maintain that she stays in shape, and we need to keep an eye on her, because as beautiful as she is, she's also fragile.
We exposed 5 strangers to different KFC menus to see if the flavor can enhance any moment. And at the first bite, the party began. We repeated the experiment during the day, during business hours, on weekends, with sunshine, with rain. It's confirmed any moment can be a KFC moment.
The government of St. Maarten, in collaboration with the National Recovery Program Bureau, NRPB, and the World Bank, has signed a $10 million agreement to enhance water quality and quantity in our country. This initiative is further bolstered by an additional $15 million in co-financing from the government of St. Maarten, secured through a loan from the government of the Netherlands. This investment is part of the St. Maarten's Wastewater Management Project, which aims to upgrade the island's wastewater collection and treatment systems. These improvements are crucial for reducing public health risk and protecting the island's beaches and surface waters from environmental degradation. The project is expected to preserve St. Maarten's natural assets, which are vital to its tourism-driven economy. Prime Minister Dr. Luc Marcelina highlighted the project's long-term benefit, emphasizing that it represents the government's commitment to sustainable development and resilience. The upgraded wastewater system will prevent the overflow of untreated wastewater, which has historically harmed the environment and water quality, affecting both tourism and public health. Lilia Buronsiuk, World Bank Director for the Caribbean, noted that improved wastewater management will lead to better living conditions for residents and enhance the quality of coastal waters, which is particularly important for the tourism sector. The project includes expanding and rehabilitating sewages networks, upgrading the existing wastewater treatment plant, and implementing measures to monitor environmental and social risk. These efforts aim to create a more resilient and efficient infrastructure that will benefit the people and country and the community of our sweet St. Maarten for the years to come.
In Willemstad and Phillipsburg, the Central Bank van Curaçao and Sint Maarten, CBCS is starting regular surveys among key economic sectors in Curaçao this August. These surveys aim to gather valuable data on company performance, the economic climate, and future expectations to support economic analysis and forecasting. The first survey will focus on the manufacturing sector. Starting August 19th, businesses in this sector will receive an email with a link to an online survey available in Papiamento, Dutch, and English. The survey should take around 10 minutes to complete, with responses being anonymous and confidential. Results will be published in an October report. The CBCS's quarterly economic bulletin provides insight into the economies of Curaçao and St. Maarten, guiding monetary and fiscal policies and helping businesses with financial planning. The surveys will enhance these insights by incorporating direct feedback from businesses. The CBCS encourages all manufacturing companies, all in the manufacturing sector in Curaçao, to complete the survey by September 6th, 2024. Companies that did not receive the survey link can request it via email at research@centralbank.cw. Participation will contribute to a better understanding of Curaçao's economic performance.
In news out of Phillipsburg, the Key to Freedom Foundation, a drug and alcohol rehabilitation center in St. Maarten, has been able to avoid eviction thanks to the support of Minister of Public Health, Social Development and Labor, Veronica Janssen-Webster. The foundation had recently faced financial challenges, including a significant rent arrears, and received an eviction notice from its landlord. Minister Janssen-Webster stepped in with a plan to help the center remain operational, showing her dedication to the well-being of its clients. Established in 2011, the Key to Freedom Foundation offers a 7-step recovery program in a facility with space for up to 15 clients. The center plays a valuable role in supporting individuals dealing with an addiction, especially young people affected by drug use. The foundation expressed appreciation for Minister Janssen-Webster's assistance, noting her commitment to the community and for all. Thanks to her support, the center can continue providing important services to those in need on St. Maarten.
A tropical wave continues to drift across the region. Consequently, occasional cloudiness, showers and isolated thunderstorms are possible during this forecast period. Meanwhile, hot and humid conditions will persist. Stay hydrated and keep to the shade. Seas will remain slight to moderate into the weekend. And now your tropical weather update by Mr. Brian Shields. Mr. Weatherman.
Thank you very much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. Now, this is the spot I'm watching next, right off the coast of Africa for some development. Look at these big tropical waves coming off. But there is good news to pass along, and I love to be able to pass along good news this time of year. I'm not seeing these developing in the short term, and that is a big deal. We're in the heart of hurricane season right now. The peak of it about September 10th. So just days away from the peak of hurricane season, or at least a few weeks away. And anytime we can just kind of eat away at some of those days with no development, that is huge for this time of year. There is going to be some development, but this is what's going on. Short term, these waves come off, and they're coming off a little bit more north, and they're running into this dry and stable air. The air is sinking, so it's not rising. You need a system, or you need air to rise for hurricanes to develop, those showers and storms to build up, and of course, we don't want that. So this is just running into this dry air. There's a lot of that around over toward Trinidad. It has been so hot, for example, the dry conditions. If you're dry, we are very hot this time of year. So some stable air out here temporarily, but I want to show you some signs of development in this video. Now, we have the heart of the hurricane season ahead of us. This is for the Atlantic Basin. You can see August through September, October, the busiest time of the year. There's the peak about September 10th, September 11th, with the peak of the hurricane season. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of development. Just in the next 3 months, 84% of all named storms form. September is usually the most active month, and through at least mid-October, it is usually typically active. But the good news is, as we just eat away at those days in August, that's big because we are in the peak of the hurricane season. I don't expect any development on the Atlantic side, at least in the short term. Let me show you that and then swing back toward the Eastern Pacific. Here's the big picture. I'll zoom down across the Caribbean for us. Now, watching these tropical waves coming off, but no signs of development. I mentioned that dry air, these just kind of run into that. So just kind of taking you out in time here, you see, yeah, there's going to be areas of rain that we're going to be tracking, and I'll keep an eye on that. This is by the weekend. Old fronts sometimes do spin up some tropical systems. So monitoring that, you see right through here, could see some increased rain in some spots. But here are the tropical waves that I'm watching, and this is the spot to watch next. Eventually, more moisture is going to build late this month into early September, so the environment will be more conducive at that point for some development. So let's go way out in time. This is 10 days out in time, so this is going to change. And I was showing you some of this yesterday, and you can see how it kind of changed a little bit from yesterday's video. When you go far out in time, there are going to be these areas to start to watch late this month. Still not seeing anything that is definitely a named system, but you can see a few areas, a buildup of moisture in the Caribbean, especially over toward the Eastern Caribbean, and then stronger tropical waves coming off. So it is going to get more active late this month, and then we'll see if anything does develop.
Hi, Mom. How are you?
Hi, darling. I'm fine. Just calling to say hi.
Oh, okay. We got over here.
Girl, I hear watching this movie and it...
But, Mom, you finished all your minutes yet?
No, girl. Telem has new postpaid plans and automatically upgraded my postpaid package.
Is that so?
Guess what? I am getting more minutes and almost double the amount of data for the same price.
I guess I'm making a switch now.
Let me call you back, Mom.
Hey, Tash, you hear about Telem new postpaid plans?
In Phillipsburg, Dr. Keston Perry, a lecturer and researcher from the University of California, Los Angeles, addressed the need for community governance and reparative ecology in the Caribbean during a lecture at the University of St. Martin, USM, last Thursday. This talk, part of USM's 35th anniversary lecture series, coincided with the recent passing of Tropical Storm Ernesto, which has since been upgraded to a hurricane. Dr. Perry, who hails from Trinidad and teaches at UCLA's African American Studies Department, focused on the importance of local decision-making and resource management to empower communities and support sustainable development. Dr. Perry described the ongoing effects of colonialism and economic exploitation as a crisis of imperialism, linking historical plantation economies to current vulnerabilities in the Caribbean, including susceptibility to climate events. He argued that the region's dependence on tourism reflects this legacy, with external forces reshaping and shaping local life and labor. He also introduced the concept of reparative ecology, which integrates social justice with environmental restoration. Dr. Perry's lecture met with thoughtful questions from a small, engaged audience, highlighting the relevance of connecting community governance to broader societal issues. USM President Dr. Antonio Carmona Baez emphasized the university's dedication to addressing regional challenges through critical discussions, while Dean of Academics Affairs Dr. Gail Rigobert underscored USM's role in fostering dialogue between the university and the community. The lecture was part of USM's ongoing series celebrating its 35th anniversary, aimed at bringing together experts and promoting important conversations on issues affecting St. Martin and the Caribbean. The series will continue throughout the year.
In news out of Phillipsburg, a new pilot program for a legal help desk will launch in September at the Gaston Bozeman Community Help Desk for the elderly and disabled in Hope Estate, with plans to expand to other community help desks. This initiative aims to offer essential legal assistance to individuals who may have previously struggled to afford legal representation. The help desk will provide legal guidance, resources, and support to the community. To prepare for the launch, the Ministry of Public Health, Social Development and Labor VSA will conduct awareness campaigns to inform the public about this new service. The program is spearheaded by United Resilient St. Martin Movement URSM Member of Parliament Shamira Roseberg in partnership with VSA Minister Veronica Janssen-Webster, Policy Advisor Herbert Martina, and Department Head of Community Development, Family and Humanitarian Affairs Chantal Kroeneveld, along with staff member Elba Flanders. MP Roseberg expressed her enthusiasm for the project, stating that it fulfills a long-held vision of making legal support accessible to everyone, regardless of their financial means. She highlighted the collaborative efforts of legal experts and government officials in bringing this initiative to fruition, emphasizing its importance for the St. Martin community.
In an update on the missing person case of Philip Kennedy Clark, the St. Martin Police Force reported that on August 20th, officers responded to concerns about a foul odor near Freeport Drive in Middle Region. The report led to a search of a nearby wooded area where the remains of an elderly male were found in an advanced state of decomposition. Preliminary identification indicates that the remains are consistent with those of Mr. Philip Kennedy Clark, who was reported missing on August 12th, 2024. Forensic teams have been called in to investigate, but there is currently no evidence suggesting foul play. The remains have been taken to a local funeral home for further examination. The St. Martin Police Force extends its heartfelt condolences to Mr. Clark's family and friends during this challenging time.
That's all the time we have today for today's edition of St. Martin News Desk.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. on TV 15 and across other social media platforms.
I'm Juliana Lassiter, wishing you a wonderful week. See you next time.
Stay friendly, St. Martin.